Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Let me check and make sure we're live as you guys are joining. Woohoo! I'm excited. Today we're going to talk about owning your worth, pricing your programs right, getting the money you're worth, because let's face it, you have to bring in an income in order to survive. Yes, there we are. Okay, we are live. All right, very, very cool. Okay, welcome this morning. Let me know where you are joining from. We are going live talking about owning your worth. And this is probably a topic that doesn't necessarily come up all the time, but it does, good morning. It does come up when people are creating a new program, or when they're getting into the, I want to say the most logical steps of, I want to make, usually for most people that I work with, it's anywhere from 6 figures, sometimes it's a little bit less, sometimes it's a little bit more, but for the most part, let's stick with the 6-figure mark right now, because that's what I see people really wanting at this point. And the people that I work with, that's the stage of development they're in. They're going from 0 to 10K months. And it's, that seems like a big, huge range there, but it's really not. It's a matter of 1 or 2 clients, believe it or not. So we're going to talk about owning your worth, pricing your programs the right way, pricing it in a way that feels really good to you and also brings in the income you're looking for. And like I said, in this one, we're looking at around, the 100K mark. So to begin with, welcome everybody. I see a couple people jumping on. As we go through this, if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and post a comment. Just know that in my software, unless you give them access to your profile, I can't see your name. So I won't know it's you. All right, let's think about this. Owning your worth. What does that mean to you? What does that even look like to you? When you're in a career, like a 9-to-5 career, somebody else dictates what you're worth. Somebody else dictates what they're willing to pay you. And a lot of times, I want you to think about it this way. A lot of times when you're in a 9-to-5 and you're letting somebody say, you are allowed to make this much money, you know in your heart that you're worth more than that, right? I know in every 9-to-5 job that I've ever had, I knew I was worth more. I knew I wasn't being paid what I was worth, but there was really not a lot that I could do about it. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Shar. And good morning, Kathy. So nice to have you guys here today. And like I said in the beginning, because I think you guys jumped on a little bit late, if you have questions, please go ahead and put them in the comment box so I can see it and get it answered for you. But right now, going back to owning your worth, we're going with the assumption that most people in this group and on my Facebook page really are looking to make that 6K mark. And I'm going through an example of when you're working a 9-to-5 job where somebody else is allowing you to be paid a certain amount of money. Most people that I've ever talked to say that they're not being paid enough. Now, I want you to flip that mentality to over what you're doing right now in your own business. You're either selling a product, you're selling a service, you're selling programs or courses, or even live events. Now, I know right now we can't go outside and have big, large events, but you can still have events online at like Zoom meetings or virtual summits, different things like that. So taking the mentality that you had when you were in your 9-to-5, or anybody that you know, if you've never been in a 9-to-5, you're probably one of the lucky ones, but that mentality of, I know I'm not being paid what I'm worth. And you strive and you know you're working hard, right? Now, take this to your own business. You know you're working hard. You're working hard. You're probably, my guess, well, and I'm pretty sure I'm right on the dot with this because I only attract really hard workers. My guess is you're probably working harder than you've ever worked in your entire life. because you're doing your heart work, you're doing your purpose work, your soul work, and it's something near and dear to your heart, so it doesn't feel like work. But my bet is that you're working harder than you've ever worked in your entire life. Now, taking the example of working in corporate and knowing that you're not being paid what you're worth, I want you to think about that for a minute. Are you being paid what you're worth right now? Are you bringing in the income that you know you deserve right now? And I'm not saying you need to take dollars and trade them for your time, or, time for dollars, whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about your worth, what you know you're worth. You know you're capable of doing everything that you see in your mind's eye. You know it. You just are trying to put together that blueprint, your own unique blueprint that'll get you to where you want to go. Now, when you're looking at what you're doing now, these are some steps that you can do to connect to your true worth and start to bring in those $2,000 clients, $3,000 clients, $5,000 clients, $10,000 clients on demand, because you're going to believe in your work so much and you know you're worth it. First thing I want you to do is, or I would recommend you do, you can take it or leave it, but I would recommend you writing out all of your educational experiences. And I'm talking like high school to college to your master. I have a master's degree, doctorate, and well above. Then, so that's just one column. Then I want you to take all of your certifications, all of the certifications that you've got, and put them in another column. Then I want you to take any kind of events or experiences that you've had. So if you've gone to professional events, if you've run a couple of really high-powered events for your own work, those are all your experiences. And those are going to be in a column. And then your final one is your absolute own knowledge. That means, how many books have you read? How many hours have you studied what you're doing? There's that saying that you only have to work 10,000 hours to be considered an expert in your field. I guarantee you, if you are working as an entrepreneur, you've put in your 10,000 hours in your expert field. I know that. So these are the areas I want you to think about. And this is on a very logical, not even like spiritual type thing. This is logical. This is something you can write on paper that you know you've done, you've experienced, or you've graduated and you have all these titles to follow your name. Now, I'm not saying you have to have titles or an education or anything like that to be an expert. You just have to have that knowledge, those experiences, and the knowing that you have all this. So that's your education, your certifications, your experiences, and then the knowledge that you have. Which books have you read? And then here's where it gets fun and exciting, because that's just the work, right? That's the work. We write these lists down, and then we want to move into igniting that and putting that in our hearts. So every day when we step into our power and we know we're on the way to helping transform or people's lives with our product, service, event, whatever, I want you to look at this list every single day. Yeah, the School of Hard Knocks for sure. How many of us, I know me, have had our own experiences and have gone through the School of Hard Knocks? So think about that. Now, in the morning when you're connecting to your work, because we all kind of just, at least I do. I know some people jump right out of bed and get to work, and that's how they do it. But most of us get up and we kind of ease ourselves into the day. And when you're easing yourself into the day, I want you to look at this list that you've created. These are the facts. These are the facts. Nobody can dispute this list that you've created. And then I want you to connect to that. And I want you to really step into that version of you. And what I mean by this is when you're saying, I want to bring in X amount of dollars, in this case, we're looking at the 6-figure a year. I want to bring in 6 figures this year. And I know with all of this stuff that I have, all these facts that I've placed in front of me, nobody can dispute it. I know that can happen. And I want you to step into that version of yourself every single morning. And this can be through, you can do it through visualizations. You can do it through meditations. You can do it through journaling. You can do it in the shower. You can do it when you're working out. Whatever your morning routine is, I want you to start incorporating all these facts into who you are each and every day. And don't forget it. Nobody can take these facts out of your life. They're there. They've already been there. They're always been there. So, and then I want you to drop into that version of yourself and then follow your intuition on that each and every day. So for instance, you're looking at this, you start tapping into the version of yourself. You're saying, oh, it would feel so good to launch a new program, launch a new product or something along the lines. It feels like, oh man, I'm feeling like it's like a $2,000 product, service, event. And I really want to move into that today. And you'll start seeing these ideas pop into your head, or you'll start saying, maybe I should call so-and-so and we could talk about a collaboration. Or maybe I should pitch myself to a magazine or pitch myself to a podcast. That's what I mean by following the vision that you're setting for yourself, following your intuition, because the vision of it all, you've developed this on facts of everything that you're bringing to the table. And then your intuition is going to show you the path to take for the day. Excuse me, guys, I'm dehydrated. Anyway, then when you're following your intuition and you're taking those steps, you're staying in that power like, man, I know I am worth this. I know it from the bottom of my heart. You're there, right? You're there. You can feel it. You're excited. And that's the energy that you start your day with. Now, I don't want you to get hung up on the price either. And I'm going to jump into that, because the most important thing for your business, if you really want to hit that 6-figure mark for the end of the year, you're going to want to have your different products, different services, different price points for different things that you're putting out there. The reason being is your customers, your clients, they need a journey to go through. Now, I've had people jump in and work with me one-on-one right away. Like they're like, I just know you're the coach for me. I want to work with you. And they jump in that high level. And I've also had people on my list that show up. I see that they're opening their emails and they're just not quite clicking. They may click on the lower deals, like the $45 ones, the $97 ones, but they're just not quite ready for whatever reason. It's not about me. That is the most important thing. A person's decision whether or not they want to work with you is not about you. It's about them. So take that part out of it. It's never about you. It's just not. It's always about them. And if they feel that you're the fit for them, or if they feel like they're aligned with you, or maybe it's just not even the right timing, you have no idea. So don't pretend to mind read what your client or customer is thinking about you. However, you do want to have these different price points. So Shar says, wonderful. I recently updated my LinkedIn. Even there was this aha moment. The exercise is way beyond. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is how you work for this. So anyway, your range of different products that you're looking at. Now, I have a video. You can go into the unit section and look for it if you don't know which video I'm talking about. But it's the value ladder of your client. Your clients need different areas or different price ranges and different experiences of you. Again, some will come in at that high level because they just know and they want to work with you. And other people will be with you for a long time and they may not like really kick it in gear for a couple years. That is fine. So you're going to have your list. That's the facts, your fact list. You're going to step into the version of yourself each and every morning. You're going to connect with your own personal self, however way you want to do that. And then you're going to follow whatever guidance you're given for the day. That's your intuition. Your intuition won't steer you wrong. So you're going to then, whatever your intuition tells you to do, here's another thing, put it down and do it. Now, if you're saying, wow, I really want to write for this magazine, then go create a pitch and start pitching it and see if it gets picked up. And there's also medium.com if you're a writer, medium.com, and you can go submit your writing all the time. Here's the great thing about Medium. Medium will, they read your articles and then they put them out wherever they want to. And those can be syndicated by major magazines, okay? So you'll just want to look at some of that stuff. So here's a question. If one follows what you're saying over time, how long do you believe it can take to consistently get to $10,000 months? Oh, I think it can take actually to consistently. So you're saying you want some proof that it's going to last. I think you can do this in 90 days. Absolutely. And the more that you get into that version of yourself and you follow your intuition and you know that you're worth it, those $10,000 months will be right there. Here's why. You're going to have all these little, like when I say little offers, I'm talking like micro offers. $37, $47, $97. They're those no-brainer offers that people just boom. Like, why wouldn't I want that? The thing about those micro offers, and it's been studied and researched, is a lot of people don't see the value in those offers like they do a $5,000 offer. So what I mean by this is they'll purchase it because it's a no-brainer offer. Why not? I want to go peek at it. They'll start looking at it. They'll look through the program, but they won't finish it. It's something ridiculous, like 10 people or 10% of the people will finish your micro offer or go all the way through that program. It's not a lot. The people who want to work with you, like at this top level, they really value you at that high price. They value what you have to offer them, and they know it's going to be a more one-on-one type thing. Now, I know some people don't do one-on-one coaching or programs or anything like that. That's fine, because I can give you an example right now. I know a really successful 7-figure, almost 8-figure coach now, and she has a $5,000 offer that she's pitching right now to her community, and it's a 6-week course. It's 6 weeks, and it is an online course. It's not like live where she's talking with them every single day. They do have access to her every single day, but her course and what she provides in the course is $5,000. So when you going back into the question, get it answered. When you step into that version of you that you know you're worth it, you see what the other people are out there doing. So you know you can do it just as well, and if not better. You're going to start stepping into how powerfully you can price your high-end programs, products, services, and then you'll start asking for it. And the confidence comes when you start having people sign up at those levels. And it happens really quickly when you step into the power. If you're sitting back and you're saying, I'm not sure about this, I'm gonna put this offer, I'm not really sure about it. Everybody can feel that energy. Everybody can feel that, and it kind of doesn't feel good. Your marketing doesn't feel good. Your confidence doesn't show through in the marketing. When you're on the sales call, if you're doing sales call, you're not standing powerfully in that goodness, that like, I know I can get you exactly what you want. If you're not standing in that when you're writing your copy or doing your sales calls, then they're going to feel it. They're going to feel it, and they're not going to believe in your high-end product. So if you want a $10,000 month, let's say you create a year-long program, which, by the way, if you're a coach or a consultant or somebody like that, most consultants or coaches do not have anything under, in my experience, anything under $15,000 for a year. So if you create a $10,000 product or program for a year long to be working with you, You only have to sell one of those each month to hit your 100K. It's that easy. And I'm not even taking into account of all the little micro offers that you put along the way, like your $500 course, your $1,000 course, your $2,000 course, or your little tiny micro offers that are just coming in. I'm not even adding those to the picture. All right. So let's say you develop a year-long mastermind. It's not even one-on-one. You've got 20 people, or you want 20 people. So you're going for that. You know that everything that you put into that offer are supported by the facts that you wrote down. Now, sure, you're going to want to surprise and delight them. You're going to want to give them bonuses and give them extra, give them that 5-star experience. That is part of your service. But you only have to add one person at $10,000 a month to hit your 100K. And it's not as hard as you think. If you're going, oh my God, I could never ask anybody for $10,000, then there's something about your product or service that you don't believe in. And it's your responsibility to find that. It's your responsibility to find that, because there's a world of people on the internet that I know sell high ticket items. The coach that I currently work with charges $78,000 to work with her for a year. Okay. So, and she sells it like hotcakes. Like it just happens. So you need to really step into that power of who you are, know your certifications, know your knowledge, know your experiences, and know your, your college education. That's the word I was looking for, education. And those are facts. And then know that you can deliver your 5-star experience to these clients and step into that. And if it's scary, that's okay. You're on the right path, because the more you get comfortable with charging these high end, the more easier they're going to sell. So yeah, I think it would take about 3 months for you to consistently step into that energy and consistently step into the belief that you can create $10,000 months. And then you can replicate that over and over and make consistent income. All right. And if you are a coach or a consultant, most likely you have contracts. So that's reoccurring income if they don't pay in full. And I have clients that love to pay in full, and I have clients that love to pay on a payment plan. That again is just something that you step into and develop around your own worth. It's always about your own worth. All right. So how much do you want to bring in? You can go backwards as well. So you do your 10K months is what you're looking at to hit. And actually that would be 120,000 for the year if you did 10K months. So you don't even really have to hit the 10K months in the beginning. Obviously that's a goal that a lot of people like to strive for. And I see it a lot. I absolutely celebrate it each time I see it, because it's doable. And there's a million people online doing it. So you're just going to want to work backwards. So how many high-end products, high-end services, high-end events do I want to sell each year? What's the price point? And you can do that for each level of your customer journey or your value ladder. So it's your wealth ascension plan. Whatever price point that is, you can figure out how many people you would need on that level, and then know that you're going to have to build your list. That's always part of it. You're always going to have advertising or do some kind of marketing. That's part of it. But the worth part comes from you stepping into your own worth, and you can't go wrong with how you price your products. Even if you don't sell, let's say you develop a product or a service and you love it. You're so in love with it and you put the offer out, but it's your first time putting it out and you don't sell even one spot in it. That is nothing about you or the service. That is not about your worth. It just means that there was something missing in either the offer, your offer wasn't strong enough, your marketing wasn't strong enough, or you didn't believe it or believe in it as much as you should have. And did you back yourself 100% behind it? Meaning, did you sell it online? Did you sell it to your email list? Did you sell it at an event? Did you sell it on a Facebook Live? Did you sell with all your heart? And did you back yourself 100%? Because most times when I ask my clients that question, when they come to me and they say, oh, I put out this offer, I was so in love with it, and I didn't get anybody to purchase it. I'm like, well, how many times did you ask for the sale? How many times did you ask them to buy it? And they'll say something along the lines of, well, I did a 5-part email and I posted it on my Facebook page and I posted it in my group. And I'm saying, okay, that's a great start, but that's just, if it's not selling, it's not enough. Okay? You're not doing it enough. I mean, you have to have, sometimes you need ads behind it. Sometimes you just need to explain it more in detail. Maybe you need to do more Facebook Lives. Maybe you need to tweak your copy or tweak your webinar or tweak your challenge, your online challenge. Those are really popular right now. So that's what you want to be looking at when your product isn't selling or your service isn't selling. That's so cool that popped up. Needed to hear this about backing yourself 100%. Well, yes, Shar, true story. Don't we all need to hear that? So I definitely think that that's part of it. I really do. I think that when we create something and we put our heart and soul in it, we get so personally involved in it, we forget to put ourselves into that while we're selling as well. You have to be able to sell it on that level as well. When we develop it, we're in love with it. We know it's just going to be the best thing ever. And we have all of our facts that support it. And then we forget to put all of that stuff in our sales process. So remember to back yourself 100% on your sales process. So that is it for today's live. I also want to invite you guys. I am opening, I haven't done this in a long time. I did a group one, but I'm now doing personalized half-day VIP days, and they're usually $3,500, and I've dropped them back down to $1,000. And on these VIP days, I am going to be going deep with you guys. We will create your value ladder if you don't already have it. We'll price it so you are looking at how do you hit your 10K months, your 5K months, your 100K a year. So we'll look at all of this, but it's going to be based on your strategy. We'll develop it. We'll have it all out for you so you know exactly which steps to take so you start consistently bringing in those 5,000, 10,000 or more each month clients by doing your services, your products, or your programs. If you want to hear more about those, that you can definitely, actually, let me see. You can, I was going to say just PM me or send me a message and we can talk about what that looks like. But I think it's even up on my website. Yes, it is. It's up on my website. So let me see here. I will put it in here and I will put that down. So here's the link to go check out the VIP experience, the red carpet VIP experience. And I'm going to go through some questions right now and see what it's like. Needed to hear about, yeah, I've heard it explained as filling the marketing holes. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think if you're not selling and backing yourself 100% and your product or service isn't selling, there are definitely some marketing holes that you need to look at. It's not about your service. It's not about you. It's about something that's missing in the offer. So I think that's what you're talking about. Let me know if it's not. And just look at it this way. When you're developing your product, your service, you have facts that prove it. In the very beginning, we have our education, our experiences, our knowledge, and our certifications. So look at all that, step into that higher version of yourself each and every morning, connect to your intuition, do it from heart, take action steps, create your offer, work at different price points along the way, and map out your 100K year. See what it's going to take, and then get it inspired and put your offers out there. And if they're flopping or if they're failing, it just means you're missing something. And if you need help with this, I'm inviting you in to do the half-day red carpet VIP experience with you, where we go over all of this. We'll develop your value ladder. We'll develop your products and services. We'll do the marketing. We'll get everything in place. So when you leave for the day, you'll have everything you need to create your 6-figure business. And with that, I'm so excited. I love this work. I want to thank you guys for being here live, for engaging. I love everybody that's a part of this group. Thank you for letting me do my purpose work. It's always near and dear to my heart. And with that, love and hugs, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or need any help. Bye.